you have a question for Coach Turgeon, please chat me privately. No follow-up questions today. Want to get to as many people as we can with the allotted time we have. We will start off tonight with Daniel Oyefusi from the Baltimore Sun.
Sorry. Hey, Mark, it seems like the past couple of years, I don't know, 2 years ago, you guys had to wait a little long to hear. I mean, what was it like when you guys were just waiting to finally hear your name, and what was that moment like?
Yeah, it was a little stressful. Yeah, I always felt like we were in. I think when Michigan State came up 11 there, we knew we were in because we'd beaten them twice. And we were going in the last one, you really could tell we're going to be a 10 and we're going to play UConn. I mean, it was like we were saying that as the bracket came out. We just didn't know who the 2 and the 3 were going to be and all that stuff. So we did say Alabama's the 2. Yeah, it's stressful, but, we felt like we were clearly in. It was fun, though. I tell you, maybe because it took so long, the reaction was better. I think, we had a couple guys in tears. They were so happy. So it's been an incredibly amazing year, difficult year, but amazing year. And from 4-9 to the NCAA tournament, it's pretty cool.
Emily Giambavo from the Washington Post.
Hey, Mark, you mentioned that 4-9. How much do you think that first half of the Big Ten season helped change you guys and kind of get you ready and to be where you are now?
Well, first of all, we got to give the people, the teams and coaches in our league a lot of credit, because I think we're in because of our league, obviously. 9 teams got in. Our net was really high. Our strength of schedule was top 10. So our league had a lot to do with it. Because our league was so good, especially at the top for us, we had to figure out a way to compete and give ourselves a chance to win. And we really had to change who we were and how we wanted to play to how we had to play to be successful. So yeah, we learned a lot. We were just sitting over there thinking about, because Rutgers is playing Clemson and how far we've come from the Clemson game. I mean, are you kidding me? We couldn't make a pass in that game. And we're down 18 at halftime. And I just think about how far we've come, and it's been pretty amazing. And I try to enjoy the journey more than I normally do, just because I knew what these guys were going through. But the league made us better. There's no doubt about it. And we had to figure out, because, sometimes you can win because you're talented. You're really not figuring it out. We had to figure out how to play to give us the best chance to win. And that's what the league did for us.
Andy Koska from the Washington Times.
Hey, Mark, you kind of touched on it, but considering how difficult this season was as a whole with COVID and everything, does that almost make this maybe a little more special to these guys?
No doubt about it. I mean, it's just, that's why guys were crying. And kids are more resilient than coaches and older people like me. But when you're losing, it doesn't matter that the league's the best in the country and you're still losing, and then you're going through COVID, and we just kept fighting. We believed in each other the whole time, and we just kept fighting, and we figured out how to get better. We feel like we're a really good team now, and is it more special? Absolutely.
Lila Bromberg, Testudo Times.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned that, some guys were crying and just kind of how excited, everyone was. What was just that like for you as a coach, just kind of sitting there and watching all the guys react, just knowing how tough a year this has been and knowing that last year kind of got taken away from you guys?
Yeah, I didn't even get out of my seat. Guys went crazy. I don't know if it was relief. It's been exhausting to this point. And, this will rejuvenate all of us and get us going in the right direction. But
I'm checking them before I throw them in.
Yeah, it was, sorry about that. It was, the reaction was pretty special from the guy. I forgot the question. I'm sorry. Someone came up and started talking to me. So I hope I answered it the right way. But, the guys were just extremely excited. And because of the season, it makes it special.
Pete Gilbert, WBAL.
Coach, congrats. And as far as a matchup with UConn, how familiar are you? Are there any connections that, maybe help you get ready for them? And I assume that's one of the teams you said you were kind of eyeballing even before you saw the matchup.
Yeah, I think when it got to the last bracket, you're like, okay, you've looked at enough stuff that they're going to be a 7 and we're going to be a 10. So once BYU was a 6, you kind of knew that UConn was the 7 and we were going to be the 10. And I think we were perfectly placed what we deserved. I don't know much about UConn. I don't watch a lot of basketball. I know Danny's done an unbelievable job there in just a short time, 2 years. They have really, really good guards. They have the starting center is a guy that we tried to get that we didn't get. So, we have a good feel. We'll have a good feel. The great thing is we don't play till Saturday. So I just think the first round matchups are going to be teams shot out of cannons because you get a chance to rest, but you also get a chance to practice and you have a chance to prepare. So I think all the first round games are going to be tremendous. I don't know how you guys feel. I've been doing this a long time, but every team that popped up on the screen is a good basketball team. It is amazing the depth of college basketball. There's not one coach that's like, oh my gosh, we're going to make we got 2 or 3 easy games. No one can say that. No, it's, maybe some number 1 seeds will have an easy first round game, but the field it's tremendous. And I know the fans need it. I'm glad we got to this point. Obviously we've been being really good about social distance and taking care of ourselves and hanging out in the room, wearing our mask, all that stuff. So we got to keep doing it. Got to get to Saturday.
Alif Kareem, WDVM.
Coach, a few days ago, you said, and I mean, even earlier, you said the word was stressful to describe the moment till now. After, you got the notification you were the 10th seed, how did that feel? What word would you use then?
Well, it's funny because I was sitting there, we were watching it, and every time I went to commercial, I was pacing behind the players, and I said, I'd rather be nervous than depressed, because if you depressed when you're watching it when you know you're not in, that is just an awful, awful feeling. So I can handle the stress waiting for my team to be called because it's worth it. And it was all the stuff. I was just sitting there just talking to my assistant coaches, all the things that we've been through this year. Like when the season ended last year, I think that's what Lila was talking about, to get to this point. It's been unreal. It's just been amazing, difficult, exhausting, but also fun, exciting, great group of guys to be around. So all the emotions, all the things that you can possibly have out there kind of came together, when our name was announced.
Heather McDonough.
Kind of on a similar line, Coach. When you look at last year, I mean, you can't replace this won't replace, right? This bid won't replace what happened last year. But, and I hate to be cliche, but did it fuel you more to get to this point because of what happened last year, with having that taken away?
No, we'll never be able to get that back. I'm happy for the guys that were on the team last year that they get to experience it this year. I'm happy for Jarius Hamilton, who's never played in an NCAA tournament. Happy for all my freshmen that have never played in one. So just be a part of it, even though it's unique and unusual. But we can always say we were in that tournament with COVID, and all the teams are here and all in one city. It's going to be unique and actually really cool. But no, it will never make up for last year. And this season was so draining because the league was so good. All our energy went into just trying to make our team good enough to win enough games to be a part of this tournament.
Last question, we'll go to Jacob Steinberg, WMUC.
Hey, Coach, you touched earlier on the growth of this team throughout the season, and I know the journey isn't over yet, but what are you most proud of with this group now that you're officially in the NCAA tournament?
Well, one, we're happy to be in the tournament, but we want more. The way we played against Michigan State, the way we played against Michigan, it's a 5-point game, I believe, with 5 to go. We want more. And but what I'm most proud of is we never stopped. You guys know I don't read anything, I don't hear anything, but Sean tells me some things, and people are like, oh, the players don't believe in coach anymore, or the players have quit and all that. Well, we never did that. And we kept fighting. We have a really great relationship within our team. We're really close. Our guys love each other. We respect each other. And we could have very easily folded our tent. And Hakeem's playing the point. He came here to be a 2-3. Dante came here to be a 3-4. He's playing center. We could have just, everybody could have just been pissed off, but they weren't. They just competed and fought. And that's really what I'm most proud of, and just kind of how we figured out a way for this team to be successful. So hopefully we can get better this week. We've been doing it for a long time. We don't always win, but we keep getting better. So hopefully we can get better this week and have a great weekend ahead of us.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Appreciate your time. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.